All right, people of YouTubes. So what I was going to show you now before I take this thing to the machine shop, now that I've got all the rest of the parts off of this thing, I want to show you how this cool little OTC valve spring compressor, as you see here, how this thing works. Again, once you've got the cylinder head off like this, it makes it really nice to have a tool like this to be able to undo these kind of pretty heavyweight springs that are holding those things in there. So I've got one out, and so I just want to show you. Let's see, I'm gonna push. So I was starting to put one of these valves back in, but I just want to show you what all parts we're dealing with. And so that then you can maybe understand a little bit better how it is that we go about taking these out. So here we have one of our intake valves itself. And notice kind of the ribbing on this part at the top. You've got your spring. You've got this little top hat for the spring. And then you have these two little half pieces, which it's a little hard to get out with one hand here. So let's see if I can click you guys up here. And I got to use my mirror so I can see what you can see, because this thing is up above my head. And you can see a whole lot of nothing. Okay, so move it over here. Let's see. Yeah, move it over here. So we got this little top hat piece, and then we have one half and second half. And so how these things sit up in here, so valve goes through the head, spring goes over the valve, the valve goes through a seal which clicks on to these little, what looks like a brass, it looks like a bullet casing. And so this will go through, and in the kits, these kits right here, they have these little plastic sleeves. And so I believe, so that you don't damage the new seals, I believe what you do is you slide the you insert that plastic sleeve through this, and then you use that to slide this over it, which I'm not going to do right now because this is an old seal. But just imagine, instead I slid one of these over so that the seal wouldn't catch on that ribbing there, right? And let's see here. Yeah, and then you would slide this down, and this is where, now to remove it, this tool right here came in handy, but I'm kind of thinking that well, I'm not sure if you'd be able to use this to press it down, or if you might need to use like a deep socket or something. I haven't figured that part out yet. But we're focusing on taking off for the time being. So, but I'm also just trying to show you the structure of the thing, right? So then you have your top hat that goes there. And so now the head takes up a certain amount of room, right? And so this whole thing's under tension. Let's see. And then you have, so what we're going to need to do is, while this spring is compressed, so what you would do is then remove one half of this that kind of clicks on to there, and then there's the second half. Oops. So anyway, once those pieces click together like that, and they're tapered inwards and downwards, so that, and that's what holds, you know, that's what keeps the spring from shooting back that way, right? So these guys are under tension. This little top hat is held in by the collars, right? And so in order to take this off, that's where this guy comes into play, right? So it'll help to kind of get like a, you know, like a general kind of measurement, an estimate. And then what you would do is come around like this, put this side on the back of a valve, just like so. Kind of get your tool centered on it. And then don't shoot yourself in the eye with this thing. And then you're gonna compress, right? And when you do compress, the tool locks just automatically. And it's not until you release that it releases. And it will shoot up and hit you in the eye if you're not careful. But anyway, that's how this thing works. So tension, this end pressing on the valve, this part pressing on the top hat of the spring. You remove the little collar, and once you do that, you can detension this, and then everything comes right out, and then install in reverse. So very cool, very, very cool tool. But as part of the $150 for getting this head resurfaced, the gentleman at the machine shop here in town also installs the seals. So if he's gonna do it, might as well let him. I've got enough other work to do. So, but I just wanted to show you kind of how that tool works, even though I'm gonna let him do the rest of this work. That's how, you know, that's how I would have done it. And that's how this one came off. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.